Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and I'm going to bring to you in this video another PSA returns. It's a bit of a special PSA returns because it's mostly pack product. A lot of the stuff are things that I already have in my collection. However, it's also good because that means some of it is actually going to be offered up for sale. Alright, first I'm going to show you guys two submissions that other customers have made through me, and they wanted to have some stuff shown on YouTube. So here we go. Alright, so here's the first note. Hi Rusty, I know that only the gold stars, maybe the Mew, will get high grades for my submission. But I'm just submitting the rest because I'm curious to see how PSA grades the others. Also in this package is a Scyther from Jungle, which appears to have some discoloration to the left of the word Sword Dance. I don't know if this is just wear or an error, but it's a gift to you in any case. Oh, well, I appreciate that, as it's something you may not see every day. Kind regards, James. P.S. I will be selling all the cards once they come back from PSA, so if you are interested in buying any, just let me know. So when I reach out to you and say, hey, your cards have returned, let me know the shipping address, yada yada, whatever. When that happens, then you say, hey, I'd like to know the grades, or I would like to sell them to you. Yeah, I'll most likely make an offer. Alright, so here's the Scyther he's talking about. And you can see right there, it's got that little discoloration, which is kind of weird, because usually it's like an ink dot or something like that. But looking at it, it looks to be correct. I'm not really sure about that. You know, I'm no expert on inking, but usually when you have some kind of discoloration, it has something to do with one of the ink levels just being low. This is not an ink bubble, which is the most common form. I've seen stuff like this. Like there's a Snorlax from Jungle that has like this line going straight across it, some kind of reflection. But either way, I appreciate that. I have not seen that one before. Alright, first up we have Mewtwo Gold Star. That's a really good selection of cards. You can see right down there on the Japanese side, actually comes as a promo from a gift box. And it's number 2 of 2. Yeah. And then he also has the Pikachu Gold Star. So with these, they normally have the newer, or most, it might be all of the Gold Stars, they have the newer back like this, so it makes it a little bit easier to grade. The quality is already good because it's from the Japanese side. And then we have here a base set Japanese Charizard, and you know it's not the reprint because it doesn't say CP6 on the bottom. And you can see on the back side these have the old style back. It's got a little nick up there on the top, a little off-centered, but probably still going to get a decent grade. Then we have the Blastoise here. This is from the Best Song CD collection, and you know it's not from the Squirtle deck because of this little lightning bolt right there. The one from the Squirtle deck should have a little Squirtle right there, and then here we have Venusaur. This is the GB version because it says GB right there. It's from the Game Boy. Always a cool artwork. Of course, on the English side, you've got the number 13 promo, and it comes from Nintendo Power. You know, it's got the same kind of game relation right there. And then we have a Mew on the English side. This would have been from Hidden Fates. There were a couple different versions of that. There was one that actually sold as an error, like a mirror error, because the entire card comes out to be like a holographic foil, similar to the Generations hollows that you could either get in regular hollow or the whole card appeared to be hollow. But this is the Japanese side. I don't know a ton about that, so I was just kind of talking about the English side. And then when I saw all these stars, you know, throughout the card, it kind of reminded me of that. All right, very cool. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate your business, and maybe I can buy some of these cards when they come back. We have one more submission. Here is the note. Rusty, thank you for walking me through the processes. This is my first PSA submission. I've been a bit nervous to do it. I think most people are, and it's a little confusing. I am a new Pokemon collector, but I've really enjoyed sharing the hobby with my kids. I fell in love with the shiny cards from Hidden Fates and thought I should get them slabbed. Look forward to seeing more videos, and thank you once again. Sincerely, JP, aka Card Collecting Addict, on IG and YouTube. Maybe you guys go check him out. And let's see what he submitted here. So we have Glaceon GX, very good selection. All of the evolutions from Hidden Fates have really saw a spike in price. We'll see if that's still the case in 6 months though. Oh, I revealed one of them. Another evolution, got Leafeon, and the big one, Umbreon. All of these have been doing very well in auction. Got another Leafeon, Cynthia, best trainer of course. And then we have Mewtwo GX, definitely another good selection. think the only other card from Hidden Fates that would beat out these would be the shiny Charizard GX, but you know, it's in a league of its own, especially in regards to modern product. Alright, so now to the PSA submissions. We're going to start off with this one. So here we have a, this is one of the WB promos. It could be the number 2, 3, 4, 5. You got Electabuzz, Mewtwo, Pikachu, or Dragonite. Several different versions, several different eras. Quite a few different ways of packaging. This is the reverse of the Ancient Mew. So on the back side of this yellow card, there's an Catch Mew purple card, and you can see these have rounded corners. The other release has this side would normally be white, where you see this yellow, and it'd be flipped around, it'd be a purple Catch Mew card. Now in between this card and the back Pokemon card, you can kind of see right here there's a gray card in the middle. It's a coupon for the Iron Giant. I think it's $2 off of a movie ticket. So this is the one that you typically find, especially overseas. The one with the other Catch Mew, I believe that you could, maybe this is what you did right here. Here's how. Present this card at any Warner Brothers studio store and go to WBstore.com. You receive another random Pokemon card from the series with any purchase of $10 or more. So maybe you turn this one in and you got the other one. I can't remember exactly how that worked out, but you can see right there, this one has instructions to get you another card. So that one come out of 7. This one right here come out to be a 9. We have another one here to be a 9, and when I sent these in, I actually had them all labeled as whether or not they were Electabuzz, Pikachu, Mewtwo, or Dragonite. However, when they just stick them in here, you can't really see who it is, so I guess they labeled them all exactly the same, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, that's the way they do things. Next up, we have Machamp, and it is sealed. This is, don't you love how that works? This is the regular initial release, not the Shadowless or the like the one with the Galaxy foil. It has the regular foil. Sometimes I get confused what people in general say, you know, each one is. Look at that, somebody's texting me. But you can see it got a 10, and whenever you see this grade 10, it's not referring to the card inside of the wrapper, it's actually referring to the wrapper itself. However, for me, I like the fact that it is completely preserved. It's still a sealed card. I didn't have to open it up and then grade the unsealed card and get a condition based on that. To me, this is the most original that you can get without, you know, submitting in a theme deck, but you can actually see the Machamp, so I like this. I like the way that it's done. Next up, here is a Shadowless Machamp. This one also got the 10, which is very nice. And I think I showed you guys another one of these, or maybe I only showed it to Patreon and it wasn't shown on YouTube, where I submitted one of these and it got the 10 as well, but you could definitely tell that the card inside was probably closer to a 7 or an 8. However, it's a grading of the wrapper, and the other 3 the cards themselves were in good condition, the wrappers were not, so it was a lower grade. But I like the fact that it has the 10 on there. I like that it is still sealed, and it will be added to my collection. Here, the same thing with Meowth, got a 10 on it, so I'm very happy with that grade. These come from the Game Boy. You can see right here, this one got a 9. And then we got another 10 and another 10. Looks like they actually graded most of these for me. I got 3 10s on this submission plus 1, so that's 4 total. I'm hoping that these cards don't push over these Hidden Fates boxes in the background. If you guys are wondering about the duct tape, that's just my new method for trying to remove the little warts, and the freeze away really hasn't worked, and you know, I've noticed these things have worked. I just look really goofy for 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes. But here's a this is either going to be the Lucky Stadium or the Pokemon Center card. That's number 41, 42. Both very expensive. People usually prefer the Lucky Stadium because it has the Charizard and the Pikachu in there, but they're both of pretty much equal rarity. Come out from the Pokemon Center, New York, and this one's a 9. So I mean, it might do better for me to open something like that and then have the card side graded as a 10. Here's something unique. Here's an Ancient Mew. You can see it on the front side, and you can see up here it says the GB, that's how they label it, GB ad. But this is actually an Australian release of the sealed Ancient Mew. And you can tell because it has the Game Boy here on the back side. And we'll get to the other cards that were released similar to this, just a different type of packaging. On the English and the UK side, or on the United States and the United Kingdom side, and most other releases of the sealed Ancient Mew, the card is actually reversed. You can't see it. So I like this for the Australian release. Next up, this is just a regular Ancient Mew. You can see what we're talking about here. The back of the card is shown, and you can see that they actually did this the correct way. I think the last ones I've shown to you guys, they were all flipped around backwards. So for some reason they took this card, they faced it this side, but that was the front. So they actually took the Ancient Mew with the letters and flipped it around. So the card was placed in there backwards, and I had 6 or 8 of those. All of them were placed backwards. I've never had that done, but you know, it's something new. You know, PSA. Oh, I feel that's starting to move a little bit there. We might just set these off to the side. Next up, I have the Pikachu. This has come from the very first tin. You got a Pikachu, and you actually have a Meowth in here as well behind the Pikachu. And it come from that, or it was the 2000, might have been 2005 tin. I thought it was a 2003 tin. Yeah, it's the 2003 Pokemon. So it's either I can't remember. It's the big square silver tin. You get 3 or 5 EX series packs. It's not the window tin, it's not the EX deck tins. I believe that was the very first tin that come out. It's got a picture of Swampert and Blaziken and probably Sceptile on the very front. And then after that, you've got the 2004 EX deck tins, which are much smaller, which come with some stickers and 2 EX series packs. And then following that, you've got the EX window tins, with like the Articuno, the Moltres, and the Zapdos. They're all very rare tins. This one you have a tendency to find a little bit more because the artwork and the graphics on the outside of tin are not as good. But this is what you get inside. You get this promo Pikachu, number 12, and the Meowth, number 13. And they were the very first promos released for promo 10 because it should have been the very first 10. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about from earlier with the Catch Mew. This is the other type. You know, you can still get either. You got the Electabuzz number 2, the Mewtwo number 3, Pikachu number 4, Dragonite number 5. You can see right here they actually have square corners, and the back side of this card is going to be white. Now, if we go back to the beginning, this card right here, if you flip it around, this is the image that you're going to see on the other side. And then you can see right there, it's just a Pokemon, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's not another card in there. But this one got a 9. I'm pretty sure I already have it in 10, so that'll be out the door. Now, this one's kind of unique because you can actually see that there's a Pikachu down here because it says the number 4, and Pikachu is the number 4 promo. So this Catch Mew, I'm probably going to add to my personal collection because you can actually see the Pikachu in there, and you can see it's been graded a gem at 10, so I really like that. Now, I have them all labeled, so I would be able to go back and probably figure out, you know, what it was that I sent in, you know, which Pokemon it was, because I had them in a specific order, and they should have been submitted and graded in that exact order. However, if you sell it, then it's just basically in the wind. So there's another 10. Got another Pikachu here. That's 3 of those. Here's Entei. You got the number 34 reverse holo Entei behind this Neo card. Of course, it doesn't say anything about Entei there because they just go with what they can see. That's all they're basing it off of. That's kind of why you know for sure that it was not the card itself graded. And again, this is going to either be the Pokemon Center or it's going to be Lucky Stadium. It doesn't really matter which one it is at this point because I don't remember off the top of my head, but very cool that it got the 10. Next up, I'm going to show you this. So we got some more of these Game Boy ad ones, and for these they actually show the Game Boy on the front, and I kind of like that because the back side is just going to be the back side of a Pokemon card. The weird thing is, you know, it's stuck in there upside down, which isn't their fault because on the front side, that's what you're looking at, it's actually the correct side. But this is going to be your Moltres, Zapdos, and your Articuno. So these birds have many different ways they can be packaged. They can be packaged, you know, on the US side, you've got the UK, then you have this another release from Europe where they have the Mewtwo number 14 packaging. Then you've got the Australian, which have these Game Boy ads. So I really like that. We've got some more of these Ancient Mews. These are all black letters. See, there's the back side. This is the Mewtwo number 14 I was referring to. You can see it. It's got the square corners, back side. You're not going to be able to tell what the card is, but it's just going to be labeled as Master the Game. But you can actually get the birds in 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or not in the. Well, actually, you can get them with the WB promos on this as well. But the Moltres 21, Articuno 23 or 22, and the Zapdos 23 can also come in this. Next up, here's something a little bit different. These are going to be the birds. Well, these two are going to be the birds, and the reason I'm going to the reason you know that these are actually going to be the birds instead of the WB promos is because the corners are rounded, and you can see with this one right here, the corners are square and the corners are rounded on this one. So these two, there might be another one stuck in here, but they should be Articuno, Moltres, or Zapdos. I know all this might sound a little bit extreme extreme for promos, but I like my promos, and I like, pulling any of these cards I can and keeping them as preserved as I can whenever possible. We've got another Entei here, and then got some more. Should be the birds. Got another set. I think I had 2 sets, and I bought another set recently off of somebody. That's kind of cool. Those are upside down too. All 3 of those got a 10. And then I believe the rest may be Ancient Mews. I've got an Ancient Mew, and it's BLK for black. That means the black letters, because the UK one actually has purple letters, or maybe the Norway. There's Norway, Sweden. You got the UK. You've got a German one, a French one. I mean, there's all kinds of different Ancient Mew releases. Everybody got that card. And that's it. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to have a time sorting through this, figuring out which ones I want for my personal collection. If you have a specific interest in something, just let me know. If I have more than one, then I may actually sell it. And if you just want to wait till they come up on eBay, just wait till they come up on eBay. Otherwise, I'm probably going to line my rafters with these things. I think they make really good display pieces. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.